Hey, welcome to the Keep It Cute Show. I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Dakia. And this episode is all about love. We have love on the brain. So we are talking about our men's today.
And our special guest today is my man's, the Walter Maxfield Jones.
Welcome, Walter.
Welcome to the show, baby.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming. I cannot wait to talk about you guys' relationship, how you guys got here, and all that other good stuff.
All right, well, let's talk about you first. You're the one that's already married, right?
I am. Touche.
All right, well now, let's get started.
Okay.
So, let's talk about something that I feel like has come up and you have been asked, like, regarding the timing of your marriage, right?
Yes.
So, you are married to the wonderful Alex Williams.
I'm married Alex Williams.
Yes.
We got married on July 8th, 2023. And you're right. People keep asking me, like, how did I get married so quickly after the show? But people forget that we filmed this show in 2021.
Right.
Like, we filmed the show in 2021. I got married in 2023. It was a nice long time between then. And Alex and I actually knew each other since we were 13 and 14 years old. We actually went to high school together. And we've known each other since we were really young, but we never dated. Like, we didn't even look at each other to date.
You know I don't believe that, right?
But I'm so serious.
You look at him?
I mean, I never looked at him in a relationship kind of way. If I'm being completely honest, he's probably I don't know. I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm gonna keep it cute, but I'm gonna still say it anyway. He was the choir boy. He was the church boy. And I was a good girl, but at the same time,
She like the bad boys.
I like the bad boys. Yeah. So I like the bad boys.
Don't
and then
we all?
Yeah.
I'm a good guy.
Now you are. Yes, you are, brother. Yeah. But yeah, I like the bad boys. And then I also knew that I was kind of like a free liver. Like, I like to explore. I wanted to live my life the way I wanted to live.
Yeah.
And I knew that he was a little bit more on the conservative side when I wasn't really there.
Yeah.
But I think that now it was the perfect timing because I kind of calmed down a little bit and he kind of relaxed a little bit. So we're kind of meeting in the middle now. So, but no, I never really looked at him before because I
just feel like he was plotting on you a lot earlier than, I don't know.
He might have. I don't know. He said he wasn't.
He's been there for some pretty critical moments.
He has been there for some critical moments. So, fun fact, or I guess it's not fun, but we've talked about it on the show before that I was engaged before, and I found out he was cheating 3 weeks before the wedding, canceled it, and so I had to put him out my house, and so I wanted some men to be there when I put him out the house, so just in case, my ex was 6'5", so just in case something went down, I wanted to have guys there, but I wanted them to be like good dudes, Christians that's not going to start nothing, but are strong enough to be able to handle something. So Alex was one of the guys that I asked to be at the house while I was putting him out. Yeah. And Alex is actually the one that like closed the door behind him, locked the door, and helped me change the locks.
Wow.
Yeah. That and like also when you told me you did like the 40th birthday party, you just like open call like, hey, I'm going to Jamaica. Yes. Whoever wants to come can come. And he showed up.
Yes. So,
I'm like, to me, that's plotting. Like, you don't just randomly go to Jamaica to like, you know what I'm saying?
He was either slow walking her.
Yes.
Right? Or maybe there was really a genuine friendship there. Because a lot of times that can go either way. You can be genuinely friends. I have female friends that I'm great friends with.
Yeah.
I will never date them because I know all their dirt.
Well, you can't date them
anyway. I know how they really are. So I'm like, I can't be in a relationship with you because I know. Can we say nigga?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
I know some women are niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but as a friend, hey, we are great as friends, but I would never date you.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing if you guys really were genuine friends.
We were genuine friends.
And then still came to the conclusion that I still want to be with this person.
I'm gonna have to ask him when the switch flipped for him. Because I feel like it was earlier.
He says that it was more so on the 40th birthday trip in Jamaica.
Yes,
it might have been more.
Who flies out by himself to participate?
No, he flew out with one of our other friends.
Okay. But still.
Yeah. But still. So that was December of 2021, right after we had started filming, before the show even aired. And so on that birthday trip, I started looking at him a little different. My mom started calling him son-in-law. I was like, Mama, if you don't stop calling this man son-in-law, that is just Alex. She was like, no, that's my son-in-law. I was like, whatever, Mama. But mamas know.
Yeah.
And then I brought him to the premiere of our show in January, and you started calling him Bestie Bae.
I was like, why are we overlooking this person right here? He seems nice. He's attractive. Yeah.
So then I went to him at the premiere of the show, and I was like, apparently everybody thinks that we should be together.
Yeah.
And his reply was, maybe that's a conversation that we need to have. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
And so because of that, I think that by the time that the reunion aired and everything was done, it was like a few months later, you were engaged, right?
So I know it was a quick engagement. So we started dating in late January. We filmed the reunion in February. Mm-hmm. And then by the end of June, we were engaged. So it only took 6 months for us to get engaged. But again, we had known each other since we were 13.
Yes.
I knew his family. He knew my family. We've known each other, who we are.
And you guys are grown.
And we're grown. It don't take a whole day. I always say from the Common song, it don't take a whole day to recognize sunshine.
Whose song is that?
Common. My other bald-head, light-skinned dude. You know I have a type. But, I always say it doesn't take all day. You don't have to date for 10 years before you decide if this is the person that you're going to marry at this age.
Yeah.
6 months later, we were engaged, and a year after that, we got married.
Okay, so let's talk about the beautiful wedding. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that, one, everything is as it should be.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything that you've been through prepares you for the moment that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times with men, you have to catch a man in his window.
You're right.
Men have windows of opportunity. They were like, if I find the right woman right now, I'm going to be good to her. I'm going to be faithful. That's going to be the one. And a lot of times women blame themselves or blame men for, not being right at certain times or not acting the right way. It's just you didn't catch that man in his window. And why was he so bad to me, but he's perfect for this other woman? Maybe losing this person caused him to say, you know what, the next woman I meet, I'm going to be good to her. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, sometimes you don't vet that woman correctly. And you end up getting your heart broke by the next woman, and then that cycle starts over again.
Yeah.
Now you're not in your window anymore. You meet a good woman.
And now you trash.
But do you guys
trash her.
Do you guys have that same conversation where it's like, I ain't gonna settle down with nobody right now. F these hoes. I'm gonna be a fuck boy. Do you guys say that? Like in the same way?
We don't say fuck boy.
No, we do.
The same way you're like, hey, I'm in my window. Do you have like the opposite?
Yeah,
like,
guys have those conversations.
Okay.
Where we're like, you know what?
So y'all know y'all gonna go into it just being trash.
It's not that we're gonna go into it being trash. We're in a trash window.
It's a season of trash.
It's a season of trash.
Okay.
It's a season of treachery, of debauchery. And that's where we are. And unfortunately, sometimes you find a good woman when you're in that season, and you're like, ooh, I'm still in this season, but I don't want to let her go.
You lead her on.
You don't lead her on. You genuinely, there's the dynamic with men is different. We can love you and still be trash. It has nothing to do with our feelings and our emotions that we're trash.
Oh Lord.
That's how men
That's
are.
a lot to unpack right there.
Yeah,
It is. We can have that in a whole different conversation.
Right. I think that needs to be one of our future episodes.
Definitely. We can talk about
Make a
it.
note of that. Okay, but let's talk about your beautiful wedding.
Okay.
Yes.
Which I was a bridesmaid.
You were a gorgeous
and he
bridesmaid.
attended.
Yeah, I got there right on time.
Yes. So we got married, like I said, July 8th in 2023 at the National Harbor right outside of Washington, D.C., right overlooking the Potomac River. So Ready Love Potomac. We got married on the Potomac. So I think that was a little tie in there.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
It was.
The dancers.
Yes, I had my students, my dancers, be my flower girls. So I had 4 of my dancers have a whole routine down the aisle, throwing hundreds and hundreds of blush and ivory petals.
Yeah.
I'm a pink girl, so of course pink was
everywhere.
the color. Yes.
The singer was on point too.
He was amazing. Kenny, he sings at our church. He's an amazing singer. Mm-hmm. He sang Rotimi, I Do, As I Walk Down the Aisle. Our friend Bo played the acoustic guitar while I was walking down the aisle. All I can say is the ceremony was just thick with love. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that I've ever been, maybe I'm just biased because it was my wedding, but I don't think that I've been in a ceremony that was so emotional for everybody. Like, everybody was just overwhelmed with love. And I remember looking out to the crowd and his people and my people all intermingled. And I just like, I couldn't hold it together.
I mean, people were crying before you even got out there.
Yeah.
And then you came down and it was like, oh my God. Like, let's make sure we get like pass the tissue up here, pass the tissue up from the back. Like, it was really, really, it was waterworks.
Yeah,
it was
a beautiful day. Of course, there were hiccups, but in the end of the day, everybody had a great day. I love the way y'all are looking at each other. I can't wait to get there.
She looks great.
I see him looking at me and I'm like,
I haven't seen her all day.
What did I say?
Okay, but so let me tie this up so we can get to you guys.
Yeah.
So
how is it going?
it's going well. So I will say marriage is everything you thought it would be and nothing that you thought it would be at the same time. Like it is a lot. There are moments where it's eternal bliss, and I'm so happy knowing that I'm waking up to the man that I love every day. You know what I mean? I go to sleep with him. I wake up to him every day, and I know that I can count on him being there. But I ain't gonna lie, sometimes that man get on my nerves. Like, and I get on his too. But that's the part of growing into this new family that we're creating, growing into this new experience. Neither one of us have been married before, so it's a new experience for both of us. It's a little bit newer for him. He's never even had a roommate, let alone lived with a woman.
Really
you know what I mean? After he left his parents' house, he's lived alone. So he's 43 years old now. And I'm the first person he's lived with. Yeah. And so it's a big challenge for him, a big shift in his lifestyle. And it's a big shift for me too, just to be able to guide him through that process as well. So it's
because you've lived on your own for a while too now, right?
Yeah, I've lived on my own since I was 17. I've had roommates here and there, and I've lived with my ex before. Like I said, I was engaged before, and but this is the first time I've actually been married, and like we ain't going nowhere. So it's a little bit different. But at the same time, even though it has its challenges, I'm working through those challenges with a man I've been friends with since I was 13, and that we're both genuinely trying to, make this the most beautiful, epic love story that it can be for us.
I love that.
I know.
I love that. I love you guys together.
I know. And
before it was a thing.
Yes, thank you for helping pick out the ring and all that other good stuff.
He picked it out, but I was like, definitely stamp of approval. You got it. You did such a good job. Yeah.
So enough about me.
Yeah.
This is what people want to hear about. How did it happen? Because you guys weren't on the same season.
No.
Tell me.
Met her in the club.
Love
that's our song.
Seriously, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, met her in the club.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me.
Yeah.
At my season premiere. I threw the season premiere party of all the season premiere parties. But no, and really. So I was talking to somebody, and all of a sudden I just heard like, "Excuse me." Did you see me talking to somebody?
Oh, really?
No. Honestly, that's really what happened.
I approached him.
Okay.
So I approached him. I approached him in the club. It was a little bit of a dare from some of the people that I was with, but then I was also like, I don't know, I had my like liquid courage, you know what I'm saying? I've had a few drinks that night, and I did walk straight up to him, like he was in the middle of a conversation, and I was like, excuse me. And he was just like, he looked at me, he was like, give me a second real quick. Yeah. I was pissed. I was like, how dare you?
Right.
I could feel the tension.
You better drop everything.
Honestly, I was like, give me a second.
Yeah.
And as soon as I could feel the tension.
Fire.
Fire, like it's like,
yeah.
But when I'm talking to somebody, I want to give them my individual attention. And I feel like it's just rude if I'm talking to somebody. Because that makes the person you're talking to feel like what they're saying isn't important.
Yeah. It wasn't as important, but keep going.
Plus, so I wrapped up the conversation. Plus, when I saw her, I was like, oh, she's cute, right? So I wanted to make sure I gave her my full attention. So as soon as I wrapped up my conversation, I actually pulled her off to the side and explained to her why I told her to wait for a second. I was like, I wanted to give you my full attention. And so like, what's up? And
I was like, I just want to introduce myself because I'm on the new season and you're on the old season. I think that was like my icebreaker. Like, do you have any words of advice for someone who's like going through the process right now? You know what I mean?
I have no idea what I told her.
You were just mesmerized by her beauty.
No.
Wrong answer.
No, that's not what it was. I will say that it seemed like everybody in the club disappeared. And I was entranced, maybe. I can't remember what the conversation was about, but I know it wasn't frivolous. Like we had I don't know if the conversation was 5 minutes or 30 minutes. It literally felt like everything stopped and we were just like,
It did.
You know, we were just here. And then I don't know what broke it.
Well, because our friends were like, so we're gonna go because they had been
probably
waiting.
precious.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna go and leave you guys here because you guys are like all in each other's faces, like you know.
It really
and
was
I was like, no, don't go. So
but
like,
literally, it was like everything stopped.
Yeah.
I know there was music playing, but everything seemed silent. And then something broke in, brought us back to life, brought us back to reality. And she was like, I gotta go. And I was like, oh. But I didn't want to seem pressed. I was like, all right, you know.
Oh, that sounds like a movie.
You know, so she walked away.
But we exchanged numbers.
Did we exchange number right there? Okay, I didn't know if I chased you down or not.
So did you guys become an item right then, or how did that you guys to become an official couple?
I called her and we had a real dry conversation.
It was the
Like,
first
the conversation was not like
good.
how it was in person.
Yeah, it was
It
not
was
good.
dry. It was very standard.
I was like, okay.
Right? And then I sent her a text after. No, then I called her again and she didn't answer. And I was like, all right. And I sent her a text. All I put in the text was, I called. Hey, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna chase you. And she didn't call me back for like 4 months, man. Like
4 months.
4 months.
I mean,
I was like,
But this was during our filming and our airing.
I was still filming and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I figured that. I was like, she's talking to 10 dudes.
Because you guys met at you guys' premiere, and your season was that summer.
Yeah.
So
But we were filming.
They were filming
the
when
fall.
when ours was airing.
Yeah. So that 4 months. She
So
was
I figured,
occupied.
I figured she was
But that
talking
night,
to 10 dudes.
I remember turning to Precious and turning to Alvin and being like, I'm in trouble. And they were like, why? And I was like, because I really like him. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, girl, we could tell. It was obvious that you really liked him, But there was just too much going on at that time. Like, I was still filming and all that. And I was like, I have literally like a bench because we're filming, we're dating all these guys. I was like, I can't date someone else right now. Like, I just cannot. You know what I mean? And so, it was difficult.
I think I needed that time too. After the toxicity of the show sometimes. I was like, you know what? I need to decompress. Long story short, my cast was like, we're going to their premiere.
The one that we threw together,
Yeah, and you guys premiere.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, Walter, you gotta come. You gotta come. I finally, got the energy. I showed up late.
I think it snowed that day. I think everybody was late.
Yeah.
Well, I showed up late. Like, because I really wasn't gonna come.
He knew you wanted to see me.
A little bit. There might have been something there. I made sure I was fly.
Yeah.
Because I was like, so when she see me, she gonna know.
Yeah.
And, I saw her. I gave her the head nod, like, and kept it pushing. And then she ran over to me, like, what you got?
I didn't run over. I
I was there. I don't remember a run.
It was
Thank you.
It was like slow motion, like.
It was not Baywatch.
It was not. But I did go up to him like, oh, you ain't gonna speak?
Like, no, you ghosted me for 4 months. I'm going to speak? No, I'm not going to speak.
You could at least be like, oh, hey, congrats on the premiere. You could at least say something.
I gave her the nigga head nod.
But all I know is when it was time for me to leave, I looked over and you guys were just engulfed in each other.
It was like the first night continued.
Yeah, there was such a magnetic connection.
It
was magnetic. It was like,
And plus, she had some drama going on, but we won't gotta bring that up.
We didn't have no drama going on.
We didn't have drama. You had drama.
I didn't have drama going on. Some of the people from our season showed up, and conversations were had, and emotions were still
intense conversations.
Still happening.
And I'm observing from the outside, like, what is going on? And I'm looking at her like, I'm trying to give her the option. You need me to say it?
But we spent the entire night in each other's faces.
Yeah,
we didn't kiss. We didn't kiss though. We were definitely like hugged up and very like close, but we did not kiss the first night.
We were just breathing each other's breath.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you guys are together. So at that point, after our premiere, you guys got together and
like
everything.
inseparable.
Yeah, we were pretty inseparable after that.
Yeah.
So what I want to know is, how do you guys make your relationship work?
Honestly, there was a statement that she made because we were, that beginning stage where you don't know where you are. And I remember we had a conversation and she was like, are we moving towards exclusivity or not? Like, I thought we were moving towards exclusivity. And I was like, well, in order to do that, we need to have this conversation. And at first she was like, well, I'm gonna fall back. And I was like, don't fall back. Let's have the conversation. And I even told her, I'm like, I don't jump into exclusivity. Like, I usually fight it. You know what I'm saying? I like to vet the person thoroughly, because if I fall hard. And I don't want to fall hard for somebody that's not purely vetted.
Yeah.
And I remember her telling me, she was like, why don't, instead of giving me the worst of you, why don't we both just give each other our best?
I love that.
And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
And you can say that you gave.
It works out. But we can say that we gave our best. And it's been the best. It really has been.
I forgot about that conversation.
See?
Yeah, that's true.
Everything.
That's true.
I remember all of those important moments, because I was like, wow, I thought she G'd me. I was like, yo, she had some serious.
I did.
That was some serious game.
I
like,
did.
Right there. What's this guy?
Why don't you just give your best? You know what I'm saying? I'll give my best, you give your best. And if it works out, it works out. If it don't, it don't. I was like,
And we continue that
that's
too.
some pimp game right there. She's, I was like,
In terms of like
I said
giving
yes.
our best, we continue that too, because one of the mottos of our relationship is like to spoil each other and to try to spoil each other every day. Like, so if there's like a small act of kindness or something to show the other, like it could be as simple as like, I brought you back a coffee because I was at the coffee shop and I knew you might want one, or I ran upstairs to grab your glasses because we about to watch TV and you can't see.
I think that's so sweet when you do that.
When you can't see. So instead, don't get up, I'll go get your glasses. Like, it could be something
Or
really
she
small.
wakes up in the morning, baby, I would really like to have a
He is the chef in our.
toast. He's the
chef
I'm like
in our
this, like
relationship.
she hasn't even opened up her eyes. I hear.
She wants that fried egg and that avocado toast. She is such a millennial from the West Coast, honey.
Exactly. Another thing we do is we don't go more than 2 days without being intimate. Like, we try to keep that as our thing.
Yes, sis, I love that for you.
Yeah. So,
I love that for you.
I mean,
Are you serious?
Like, did we fuck yesterday?
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it can't be more than 2 days. Like, that's and if it is over 2 days, we know that each other is like.
I get snappy. I get grouchy.
We both do. We both do.
I get grouchy. I'm like, and if she's grouchy, I'm like,
she needs some.
yeah.
So we kind of know that, like, okay, it there just has to be some type of intimacy, physical intimacy.
Yeah.
At least.
We're touchy feely all the time.
Yeah.
Not the gravity.
That gotta happen. Hold on. You know how daddy get when he don't get his medicine. You know what I mean? I need my medicine.
I hear you.
So there's that. But I also feel like the way that we problem solve with each other.
Yeah,
like, we really listen to each other and are able to have empathy. Like, pause for a second, put yourself in my shoes.
Yeah.
But I also think that stems from the fact that we're both like also like say how you feel. Like, don't withhold how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Because if you withhold it, you build resentment. Like I'm saying, like I'm the person where if I hold it in, I'm gonna blow up later. I feel like for you, if you hold it in, you're just gonna distance yourself and like quiet. So we're like, let's say it so that it doesn't get to those places.
And it's not that doesn't happen. There's been times where, she'll blow up and be like, I haven't been happy. Like, what are you talking about? You was happy yesterday.
Yeah.
But something that she's been holding in for months.
Yeah.
And, we're able to listen, get past it, and then say, all right, baby, you can't hold that in. Like, because usually it never was that big of a, I shouldn't say it wasn't a big a deal because it was important to her. And I have to acknowledge that it's important to her.
On that.
Right?
Yeah.
But she held it back because she thought my reaction to it was going to be bigger or worse than the reality of the situation. And usually whenever it's something like that, the reality of the situation is, baby, you could have told me. I'd have fixed it. And the same thing with her, when I get silent, and then I finally tell her because obviously I'm a Pisces, it's written all over my face, and I finally tell her, and she's just so like, okay, like, I was wrong in that situation, you could have just told me.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that wasn't an argument, that wasn't a blow up, that didn't turn into, she didn't flip it on me like, well, you make me feel, She actually like acknowledged it and recognized my feelings. I was like, wow. And so then I feel silly for not having brought it up.
Yeah.
And hopefully she feels the same way. Like, next time she feels something, it'll be more comfortable for her. She won't have to hold it in. And then we're all lovey-dovey, and then we, try to make up for the fact that we, she's good at making up.
And then I was like, and I think the last thing I would say that is that we actually got this from when we were already doing it.
We was already doing it,
but he has a friend who's been married for like 25 plus years or whatever. And he was like, go to sleep at the same time.
Yeah.
We already kind of do that because we're both sleepy. So we'd be like, I'm tired, you tired, all right, let's go to bed.
I'm tired
like,
right now.
Yeah. So like, we'll be like, all right, you ready to go to bed? And we go to bed at the same time.
Yeah, we go to bed together.
That's another thing that we try to do. And I think that also just kind of like, I don't know.
I also try to love you.
It's a form of intimacy.
I also try to love on you before I get out of bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want you to wake up to like.
Yes. Start the day off the way it should go.
Yeah, I want to give her that. You know, there's times where, you know, either if I can stay in bed, I'll stay in bed until she wakes up. Even if though I'm up for an hour,
I know he's up because he's kind of like fidgety. But like, I know that like he's up. I'm like, oh, he's up. I'm gonna try to sleep though.
But I know what time she wakes up. So sometimes I'll get out of bed, do whatever I need to do, and then get back into bed to wake her up.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what I've heard you guys say is that the way to make your relationship work is to spoil
each other.
To sex.
Let that be your mantra.
Yeah, spoil, sex, say it, and sleep. Those are your 4 S's. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and that doesn't always happen,
Not
but we try to.
That's the intent.
But we try.
And not in that order. Right.
You can mix that up however you want to.
Right. Okay, so now that you guys are together, you figured out how to make your relationship work.
Yeah.
How did you propose? Because can we get into this ring here, honey? Can we get into it? You did it, bro.
Thank you. You know, the proposal was kind of spontaneous. I had to pull an audible. I was planning the proposal for over a year.
Wow.
The Thanksgiving before last, I asked her father for her hand. And, you know, he was like, bring her back better than you found her.
Oh, bring her back better than you found her.
Yeah, you know, and I was like, oh, done. And so after that, it was like, all right. What she wanted in a ring, I had to convince her otherwise.
I remember these conversations.
I've been looking at diamonds for a long time. So I was like, that's not the diamond that you want. She's like, I know what diamond I want. This is what I want. I'm like, color, cut, clarity, babe. Color, cut, clarity, right?
And I remember you being very adamant about the radiant cut.
Yes. Round cut,
radiant.
Yes. So, and single solitaire. I wanted it to
I wanted a single solitaire. I didn't. That's why I didn't want that.
Classic. I wanted it to be
I wanted a classic
timeless.
too. Yeah.
After getting the approval from her dad, then it was negotiations with my jeweler, and me and him went back and forth for a long time. Long story short, I got the ring. And I didn't want her to know, right? So I was like, oh, I got to get my watch fixed, you know, blah, blah, blah. I go to the jeweler, you know, and it was kind of the jeweler, like I said, we were negotiating for a long time. And he was like, you got to come today and you need to bring this much cash. And because I'm not going to give you this deal any other day, because he told me no like 5 times. I knew what I wanted and how much I wanted to pay.
Right.
So I get the ring on the way home. She tells me to get groceries. I'm like, no problem. Stop, get groceries. I come home. She's in the kitchen. I got the bag with the ring, the groceries. I'm thinking, okay, I don't know what month it was, but I was like, okay, I'm thinking about
October.
It was October. I'm thinking, you know, maybe Thanksgiving when our family's around, maybe Christmas, maybe, you know, New Year's Eve. That's what's going on in my head. Drop the bag on the couch because she's in the kitchen. Can't walk, you know, go in the kitchen. Give her the groceries. We're putting up groceries together as we always do. We usually finish putting groceries together. I'm putting the groceries up. She's putting the groceries up. I'm putting the groceries up. She's not there anymore. I'm like, why am I alone in the kitchen? I go out in the living room. She's like, all in the bag. I'm like,
oh my God.
So I had to pull an audible. And part of that audible was one, I was getting my watch serviced, but I also, you know, I was trying to trade in some of my old. I was like, yo, can I trade this? Can I trade these rings? Can I trade in these earrings? Get some money off this ring.
Right.
And so I had different rings that I wanted to trade in, and some of them was like my mom's engagement ring, my mom's wedding band. And I actually had my mom's wedding band sized for her because I wanted to give her something that was sentimental to me. And I really wish she would have met my mom. I think my mom would have loved her. So I wanted to give her my mom's wedding band. So had her try on a ring. She was like, oh, this one's too big. This one's too big, right? I was like, all right, we'll try this other ring on. She, oh, this one doesn't fit this hand. All right, try this ring on. So finally I gave her my mom's wedding band to try on. I was like, try this one on. And she was like, well, this one fits. This one fits pretty nicely. I was like, I'm glad that one fits, but I'd rather you wear this one. And then I pulled out the actual diamond and she went full Viola Davis.
Kind of like she's doing right
now. She's holding it together.
You're trying to keep it cute, sis. It's all right.
I love you, babe.
I love you too.
So she went full Viola Davis and snot bubbles and tears. You know?
There was no snot bubbles. There were no snot bubbles. There were no snot bubbles.
You know the bubble that come out and you suck it back in?
There were no snot bubbles.
Full Viola. Full fences.
So
I was it made me cry when you told me you want me to meet your mom because I know how much she meant to you.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I just felt like just everything. It was so unexpected. But when he gave me his mom's ring, I was like, oh wow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I honestly thought it was just going to stop there. Like I didn't expect everything else.
And that's another thing. When I put the ring on, she was like, do you want me to wear this? Because I know how much this means to you, right?
Yeah.
And my mom also had an engagement ring that I had her try on as well. And it was like 0.8 carats, you know. And she was like, if you want me to wear this, I will wear this because I know it has value. And I'm like, but baby, that is so small. She was like, I'll wear it. And to me, that had my eyes almost ready to sweat because I'm like, she's not tripping about what other people think. She's not thinking about how big the ring is and all that type of stuff. She's like, give me, it's about us and what's sentimental to us.
Yeah.
And that meant so much to me. So like that just even in that moment just reassured me even more that I was making the right decision. And honestly, I couldn't wait to ask her. I'm glad it happened the way it did. I'm glad I got the ring like, here! You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to wait to ask her, really. I didn't want to have to wait and all that and plan it and all that type of stuff. Like, I couldn't wait to ask her to marry me, to tell you the truth. Like I said, I would have did it a year ago. You know what I mean? There's so many moments that my friends thought I was going to propose to you.
Yeah.
You know, the patio party for your birthday.
My birthday party you were at.
Everybody just knew. They was like, well, when you got the mic and started singing.
And then you started singing Prince. I'm like, it's about to go down.
And honestly, if I'd have had the ring in my pocket, I'd have did it right there. Even afterwards, my boys was like, yo, I thought you was going to do it. I was like, man, if I had that ring, I'd have did it. So... But everything, like I said, everything is as it should be. I'm glad that it happened the way it happened.
Yeah, I was at home, sweatpants, hair tied up, no makeup on.
Real.
Looking
but
like
your nails are done.
my nails were done.
Amen.
My
and so
nails were done.
I did make sure her nails were done.
Good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, awesome. So have you guys started planning the wedding? Have you set a date?
Absolutely not.
No.
No. Because I feel like once we set a date, I mean, we do want to get married, but we're not in a rush. I just want to enjoy being engaged. And once you set a date, it's like everything is like stress and work leading up to actually getting married. And I was like, I just want us to enjoy the ride for a little bit. I mean, it's been like a couple months and like only the people who know us, who are close to us actually even know.
Yeah, because you guys got engaged actually in October and here it is February and you're just telling the world.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and even in our relationship, that's how it was. When we got together,
Yep.
we got together officially April 1st.
Officially, yeah.
Officially April
No
1st.
joke.
No joke. When I got back from Ghana. It's the day I got back from Ghana, I was like, it's official today. And we didn't tell anybody. We were like, let's make sure that we're good. Let's establish our relationship. Let's establish the foundation before we open anything up to the public. And honestly, I was like, I don't care if we tell the public at all. And then there was like these Walter and Sabrina sightings and a Facebook group about Walter and Sabrina sightings. And I thought that was cool. So even with the ring, I feel like she gets 1,000 times to say, oh yeah, I'm engaged. Every time somebody like, what's going on with that? So I kind of like it private, to tell you the truth. So
I can see you guys being the eloping type.
Yeah, if it was up to him, we would elope.
I want it to be whatever it is for us.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be influenced by pressure from the outside and all that type of stuff. I feel like most of the time we're in our own little world.
Yes.
And I like it that way. I like being in our own little world. You know what I mean? So if it ends up being spontaneous and we're, off in some Latin country and find a little chapel and it happens. If we do an intimate ceremony with family, if we find a place like, yo, this is the vibe. I think that's really what we're looking for.
Yeah, we're looking for the vibe. Like,
looking for the vibe, the moment. You know what I mean? If it's right, it's right.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be like, okay, we have to, do this and do that.
We gotta get married within a certain time frame.
Yeah.
No.
I feel married already. Honestly.
Yeah. Feels like that.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling though.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
I was like, hold on.
I wouldn't have proposed if I didn't. Like the moment a man proposes, he's married.
He's already there. Yeah. My heart. I can't take it. I love it. Congratulations again, guys. I love y'all so much. Y'all already know. Yeah, this is family right here. So the official Sabrina and Walter announcement, the only exclusive interview right here on the Keep It Cute show. I'm just so happy for you guys. Keeping it cute. Okay, now let's have some fun. Can we play a game?
Sure.
Yeah.
We're going to play a game. We're going to play this or that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to ask you questions.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be like rapid fire, and you have to show which one do you prefer. You have to choose one.
All right.
And if you can't choose one,
Take a gulp.
You gotta take a gulp.
I mean, it's disrespectful to wine to gulp it, but you're going to have to take a sip.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. And it's rapid fire.
Let's go.
Ribs or steaks?
Steaks.
Bourbon or whiskey?
That's almost the same thing. Bourbon.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
I'm surprised by that. Regular tie or bow tie?
You've never seen me in boxers.
Rapid fire, guys. Rapid fire.
You've never seen me in boxers.
Boxer briefs.
You wear the boxer briefs, but you
You
don't
said
wear
boxers or briefs.
Yeah, and you chose briefs.
I'm thinking.
That's like the tidy whities.
I'm thinking boxer briefs, but okay.
Okay. Anyway, regular tie or bow tie?
Regular tie.
Boxing or MMA?
Boxing.
Jodeci or Boys to Men?
Jodeci.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael.
Oh, Big Luther or Little Luther?
Big Luther.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, snow or beach?
Beach.
Beyonce or Kelly?
Kelly.
Oh, me too. Megan Good or Ashanti?
Megan.
Ooh, plant date.
Don't be saying it like that. Relax. Relax. Okay? Relax.
Okay, plan date night or get in the car and drive?
Get in the car and drive.
Okay. Dinner and a movie or a boozy brunch?
Boozy brunch.
Okay. Big boobs or big butt?
Big butt.
Okay. Never trust a big butt and a smile now.
I like big butt. No.
PDA or get a room?
That's the hard one. I like
know.
both.
One or the other, this or that.
PDA or get a room?
Yeah.
You can do more when you get a room. Get a room. I like PDA, but the PDA builds up to the room.
To
So
the
let's
get a
just
room.
jump to the room.
Okay. Morning sex or evening sex? Rapid fire.
Evening.
Okay.
Evening.
And the last one, a quickie every day or a marathon once a week?
Quickie every day.
Okay.
I can't. Once a week, I'm gonna be grumpy. 5 days out that week.
We already established
You know what
that
I'm
y'all
saying?
don't go more than 2 days.
Yeah. I'd rather a quickie every day. At least every day you get it. You know what I mean?
So quantity over quality.
No.
But the quickies can be quality.
I get some quality quickie. You know what I'm saying? Long stroke that quickie.
Okay.
Okay. So is there anything that you got going on, anything coming up or anything like that you want to share with the people, anything like that? Where can they catch you? Where can they find you?
Oh, you follow me on What Walt Can Do on all platforms. Boxing is big right now. I have several amateur fighters that have fights coming up. If you want to train, you can always train with me. I am wrapping up a movie with Desi, and Jess Hilarious is in it as well. So that's fun. More than likely, I have some plays coming up as well. Yeah.
My Renaissance man, he always got tons of things going on.
You know, there's a couple other things in the fire that I'm working on right now.
Okay.
That I'm not going to put out there just yet, but I'm excited about it, and we'll see what comes. Artistically, business-wise, and artistically. So if I can get back into being an artist again, I definitely want to do that, whether it's on the music, songwriting side, producing, acting, all those things. So, what Walt can do that.
Look how he cheeses.
I know, right?
You see him cheesing?
I get excited about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about those things coming up. Please follow me on What Walt Can Do, and you'll be able to keep up with everything that I'm doing.
I love that.
Well, thanks for coming, baby.
Yes, thank you guys so much for sharing your love story. Look, can you see it? Oh my goodness.
No, that's my babe. She's gorgeous.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Thank you, baby.
And thank you guys for tuning in because clearly they need to get a room. So we're going to end this here.
I've never seen a dress with the zipper go all the way down.
Okay,
easy access right there.
On that note, we're going to let them get a room and we'll catch you next time right here in this room in our cellar next week on The Keep It Cute Show.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.